It really is so easy to make your own homemade sausage rolls. And for this recipe, I'm going to use some really good sausage meat, Irish of course. We're going to put in some sweet chili sauce, and this is from an Irish company called Full On Foods. Some pesto, basil pesto is my favorite. And then we're going to put some butter pastry and some sesame seeds. So it's something that we make a lot at home. I make them in batches and I freeze them. But I'm going to give you lots of techniques or tips as we're making them. So first of all, your good quality sausage meat. Make sure it's Irish. Board B quality assured is what you want. So we're going to put this into our food processor. That's what I normally do. Okay, so just get this. You know, you can pick it up from your local butcher in the supermarket, whatever. We're going to put in 2 eggs. So 2 eggs go in here. And then I'm going to put in some salt, a little bit of pepper, and then the sweet chili sauce. So make sure you shake the sweet chili sauce. It's not in any way spicy or hot. So good drizzle of this. I always like to add a spoonful or 2 of cream, just some whipping cream, but this is optional. You don't have to put that in. I think it gives a lovely flavour and a lovely richness, and then our pesto. So I need to get a spoon. We'll just put a little bit of salt in. So just sprinkle that in there. And then a little bit of black pepper. So we're going to blend all this with the pesto. It's going to take about 30 seconds. The food processor does all the work. So you can make this ahead. I'm a big believer in making life as easy as possible and making things kind of like in bulk, in batches. So this is some fresh basil pesto. Okay, you can use you can make your own with some basil, toasted pine nuts, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, some Parmesan cheese and garlic. So a couple of spoonfuls of that. It's a lovely product. Even that there mixed in with some pasta, it's excellent. And it's a refrigerated product. You'll pick it up in Dunnes Stores. So we're going to blend this. It's going to be a little bit noisy. So put the lid on, hand over. Now, I'll show you the consistency. If you add too much cream or an extra egg, you just add more sausage meat. So I want a nice kind of like a soft consistency. I'll just show it to you there. So you can see the way that just slowly just sliding off the spatula. So the easiest way, I think, to shape these sausage rolls is using a pipe and bag. These are ones that we use in the restaurant. They're blue, so they're disposable, but any pipe and bag will do. So I'm just going to literally nick off the top of this just with the knife. And then we're going to open this out. And then we're going to fill it just with our sausage meat. So just to recap, we have about 1 pound of sausage meat, roughly thereabouts, 2 eggs, roughly about 2 tablespoons of cream, and a tablespoon of pesto, and then we also have the sweet chili sauce. So see the way I'm opening the bag like that, using the spatula. We're going to scrape this out here. And just using the spatula so you're not going to have any waste. Lift out the blade, move that over there. And then this goes in here. Now you can't spoon this in, but if you have a pipe and bag, you're going to see now what I mean, exactly when I'm doing this. Okay, so that's our lovely mixture. Let's move that out of the way. And you twist it, and you have a little hole in the top of it there, and that will keep like in your fridge there for a couple of days. But normally what I do is make it and then assemble your sausage rolls as quick as you can. So this is some butter puff pastry. You can just get the ready roll puff pastry, and it's just nice and thin. And then we're going to brush this. So what I'm brushing this, everyone, is a little bit of egg, 1 egg, a little bit of milk. That's all I've in there. So I usually just hand blend it just to make it easier. Combine it all together and then brush it all over with a pastry brush. So go right to the edges here. Now, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do them in lines. So when you're squeezing the pipe and bag, you hold in the middle and you squeeze from the top. So I'll just show you here. Just a nice line of the sausage meat, and then go back up in yourself. And this is the tricky part. Not really tricky, but just enclosing them in. Tuck them in there. There's a lovely name for sausage rolls. They're called piglets and blankets. Whoever made that up, I just love it. So turn this over. Okay, so that's one done. And then with the knife, you just literally go up like this. and then move it out there. Now, I already have some in. I'm going to come back to this. I just want to have a little look. This is a great little tip for you using a timer. So it is, because the timer will remind you. So these ones have been in for over 20 minutes. So the oven is preheated. I'm going to show you the whole stage now. Okay. These are looking good. So they took from start to finish. I had it set for 25 minutes. The pastry you check at the bottom, are they done? I'm going to show you the whole process now, but they're good to go. So I'll turn off my timer. So it really depends on the thickness of the sausage rolls and the temperature of the oven. It's a fan oven, 190. So let's get back on here. We're going to pipe again. See the way it's just so easy in a piping bag. You could spoon it, but you wouldn't get that even thickness. Like, they're pretty much foolproof, and making them from scratch, you know what goes into them. You're getting really good, nice Irish sausage meat, which is really important. You're kind of flavouring it with the pesto. You can put in Parmesan cheese, you can put in sun-dried tomatoes. There's loads of options there for making your own homemade sausages. You can put in hot chili too. So I'll just do the last one here. We have extra sausage meat, so I can make up some more after I do the video. And then we just roll this. So if you see the technique, you tuck it in using your fingers. Just be really nice and gentle. So this is puff pastry. That's what I always make them in. That's perfect. Now we're going to brush them with some egg wash. So again, we have 1 egg, a little bit of milk, so all over. So I normally get like the twins to help me do this, and it's a great one to get your children involved in. You know, they can sprinkle the sesame seeds, which I'm going to do. They can brush this, they can cut them, and I'm going to show you like the size that I cut these. So for a little bit of texture, some toasted sesame seeds, which are beautiful. So I'm going to sprinkle this here. You can use poppy seeds, you can use black sesame seeds, but I'm just using the regular white sesame seeds. Okay, so these are going to go on, and this gives great flavour and texture. And sometimes that's what really food is all about. Flavour, of course, texture. Flavour is the big one. These are so tasty. Okay, we're going to cut them. So I usually cut them about the length, say about a couple of inches there. So we cut them into this size here. Try and have them all evenly cut if you can. And then these are going to go onto a tray. So whenever I bake, even at home and in the restaurant, in the cookery school, we use parchment paper. It's non-stick silicone paper, so nothing will stick to it. I don't use greaseproof paper, that's the truth. So this is parchment, silicone paper, definitely worth getting. So we're going to do the same for this one here, using the knife. Perfect. So this mixture here, you can see about a pound of sausage meat. You're going to get quite a few sausage rolls. So what I normally do is do twice this recipe, and then what I do is I put half it, shall I say, into the freezer. I'm going to show you this tip in a minute. So this goes straight into the oven now with the sesame seeds, the puff pastry, the sausage meat. We're going to bake them straight off. I already have some done because they're going to take about 20 to 25 minutes to bake off. 190 fan oven. So I want to show you the tip if you're freezing them. So what I normally do is use a tray or like a Tupperware, something like that. And I'm going to cut these here. Perfect. And then this is the tip. So that's parchment paper, and then another layer like that. And then after I do the video, then I'm going to use up the rest of the sausage meat. So we do another layer, cover them in cling film, and then you label them. And that's it. It's that simple. It's that easy. So it is. And you can make them ahead, and they will keep for easily 2 to 3 months in your freezer. Trust me, when you taste them, you'll be eating them quite regularly. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. And then we're going to do a little tomato salad, and then we're going to serve up. It's as easy as that. So remember, the sausage meat for me is the key into this recipe. Good quality Irish sausage meat. We're going to, these are little cherry tomatoes which I've just sliced. You've probably seen me doing this in quite a few of the videos. It's what I do at home. A little bit of lemon zest. So I'm using my nice grater here. I love this. This is a great little piece. And trust me, I have cut myself with this grater, so it is very, very sharp. So a little bit of lemon zest, lime juice, or lime zest will work with this. But the 2 key ingredients for me is olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. That's what I'm using there. And then I'm going to use some nice balsamic vinegar, because I love balsamic vinegar. But you could use cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, a little splash of this. If you can leave this for an hour or so, the flavour is much nicer, so it is. And you can put in some basil if you want to. I'm going to leave the basil out for this, because normally I've done it with basil. And then you just mix this all together. And then we're ready to serve up. So if you can do this, the flavour kind of intensifies and you'll get really, really delicious flavour. Okay, salad leaves. Some lovely mixed salad. We have a little bit of wild rocket, which we're growing here. And we've just a nice little mix of salad leaves there. Always dress the salad at the last minute. So we're going to put in some nice pine nuts. Then we're going to put in our tomatoes. So you can use pecan nut, pine nuts, or you can leave out the nuts. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to put in our nice tomatoes. And then we're going to use this. So if you can just zoom in here, I'll just show you that little bit that's left there. I'm going to just drizzle this just in on top of the salad. And you mix this all together. And then just get your hands in there. It's the easiest. Just mix it all together. You have mixed your salad at the last minute. Nice big pile of salad. That looks great. You have your tomatoes, the lemon zest, the vinegar. You know, it's lovely. And then those toasted pine nuts will keep really, really well. Okay, we're going to get our sausage rolls. So this is them here. 2 or 3. I normally eat 3, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just going to cut in. I'm going to use a different knife for this, just to show you this here, just what the mixture looks like. Okay, so you can see the steam coming from that. They're lovely and light. They're not a heavy sausage roll, but they are so delicious. So 3 of these on the plate, and then I'm going to use a little bit of this. This is a tomato, chili, and it's a balsamic little chutney. Or you can use some tomato ketchup. So there we go. That's a really simple recipe. Remember, make extra of these. That's what I do. After I'm finished now, I'm going to use up the rest of the sausage meat. I'll pop that into the freezer, label them, the date you made them. You can bake them from frozen. I should have said that, but they'll take up in 30-35 minutes. They will take longer. These ones here from fresh, they'll take about 22-23 minutes, up to 25 minutes. That really depends. Every oven is different. Parchment paper, good quality sausage meat, and get lots of flavour in there by using the pesto, the sweet chili sauce. You have your nice quality assured Irish eggs, a touch of cream, that's optional, but I think it works well. And there is my lovely sausage rolls. You might have seen me putting them on my Insta stories. My daughter Lucia helping me. So I hope you try these. These are so tasty. We're off to have lunch now. Happy cooking, everyone.